it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate to dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we ride. We earn 30 years so you can save the guy. Dream turn, live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins,
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys.
Pittsburgh. Check, watch the before.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Into the secondary again. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 50, plant. Check, 47. Watch the screen,
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Here we go on second and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Their boy got a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Yeah, let's get second.
On 1st down, Powers. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Man left. Hey, 4 down.
Draw play, Elliott. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Set. 60 or.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Hey, Haywood.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. They'll run with Pollard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, Charlie.
44, Mike.
Hey.
Watch the run.
2nd and 9 now. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Let's go. Hit it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Austin complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
6 yards. It's fourth down.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time.
Box drop.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Go! 5.
He'll look to throw. He's going to get this to Austin complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
4 down. 25, check 25.
Smith.
Mike 38. There's a party now.
Hey, Jets, go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike Fofo. Silver.
Hey, orbit.
44's the Mike.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Look at me. Zipper.
Switch.
Hey, seam 6. Get ready.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
At the 43-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch out.
Any weapon.
38. Bandit.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give, right side. It's Powers, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go. Hey, wahoo! Yep.
Mike, 44 is Mike. Check. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 44.
Go.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now a handoff working right. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Going to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Mike spoke bow. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
Speed grip.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Oh, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on fourth down. They'll look to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cook. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 35.
Let's go.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now back to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
On the draw, it's Pollard. He'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Bring it.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point put through by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And a give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Looking to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. And got his man. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of pass.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. Taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Cowboys take over 1st down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even.
And number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike. 2.
A throw over the middle taken in. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets,
here we go.
double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Go.
38. Mike 38.
Hey, foxtrot.
Watch the boot. 38 to Mike. Come on, D. Mike 38.
5.
He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yo, fast.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7.
5.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. He's he's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Orbit.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Pollard, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
2nd and 11. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
38, Mike, 38. Hey, Zoo. Heavy on the edges.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, Echo. D-line, get that quarterback. Mike 38, Mike 38. Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run the counter. Pollard. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Deidron Sinnott.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And it's a fumble, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
61, Matchbox, lights. Hey, what's the ball? Shoot, watch the shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
70, Indy. Trickstone, travel.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Powers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. All runs on this drive so far. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Mike 38, Mike 38. Watch the curve. Watch.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 38, Mike 38, Mike 38. Come on, go.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Pull it together. 38 to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, exit. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey!
Ringo. Mike 38.
Hey! High 7. Deep river.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man. It's Austin. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Target.
Yes. Hey, Alpha. 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
We got this.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Dallas, that first win remains elusive. They dropped to 0-12 now with the loss here. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head